A very good morning. It is a lovely Thursday morning, the 21st of August, 2025. I am Nora Sunday on the Center Show. I'm very glad that you are actually watching UCTV. Thank you so much for staying with us on UCTV, where we bring you good news, always good news in every aspect of our life. And just like it is the norm every Thursday, really, every Thursday morning, we are with Centenary Bank, and they have very good things to tell us. Well, talking about very good things, today we are actually going to talk about a cause that has actually influenced, or that has actually bettered so many people's lives in Uganda and world over. And today we are actually going to talk about the Rotary Cancer Run. We're going to talk about the Rotary Cancer Run, and it is one of the things that actually is being championed by Centenary Bank. Well, today in studio, we are very pleased to have the Manager Digital Communications, Michael Budierali, who is actually here. Michael, you're very welcome.
Thank you so much, Nora, for that warm welcome. I'm happy to be at UCTV. Yeah. It's my first time, and I can't wait to share about the Rotary Cancer Run with our viewers this morning. So I lead the team that does digital communications at the bank, and yeah, can't wait to share.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Michael, and it's a delight to have you as we talk about one of the noble causes that actually Centenary Bank is championing. We do know that there's so many runs across the country of late, but I must say that we would like to really say that Centenary Bank is one of the banks that has stood with the Rotary Cancer Run right from its humble beginnings, and we just want to understand. Let's start with, when did this all start really? Give us a clue about the background of how this really started.
Absolutely. So I like that you mentioned there's so many runs lately happening. And maybe in a light way to put it, those runs are, learning from the Rotary Cancer Run. Because why do I say that? The Rotary Cancer Run has been happening for the past 13 years. So the first one happened around 2012 thereabout, which puts it at about 13 years, and the run has been growing. Initially, we started at a much smaller venue that was a Shoprite game back then, but year on year the numbers kept growing, which only meant that we had to source for a bigger venue to accommodate the participants who are willing and who saw the need to jump on the noble cause. So we then shifted to Kololo, and the run, apart from some years, COVID and all that, but Kololo has always been the main venue for the run. Now, that said, this run has also grown from just here in Kampala at the inception to now over 50 locations in the country, in Uganda. So 50 locations, and those 50 venues are also simultaneously running on that very day when we're running to reduce the prevalence of cancer. But to also note the magnitude of the run, how important the run has become, we've also managed to have locations in the diaspora outside Uganda, in the region as well as in Europe, participate. So the likes of Kigali, Berlin, Kenya, here in Nairobi, in USA, people also run on this day as we are trying to raise funds to reduce the prevalence of cancer. So in brief, that's the background of Rotary Cancer Run, and it's only getting bigger. So maybe just to put it into context, on average, we have about 60,000 runners every year. That's how big the run is, and it's only growing, Nora.
Wow! Yeah, amazing, really. From very humble beginnings to a very big, impactful run there.
Yes.
The Rotary Cancer Run. We also just want you to dig into a little bit about the purpose that was created this run. What was the purpose of starting the Cancer Run? It seems like it is in all cancer is all the detail, but we just want to hear from you exactly how that came about.
Yeah. So the sole purpose, and if you listen to the vision bearer, past district governor Stephen Mwanje, was there was a gap. Initially, we had only one cancer treatment center that was at Mulago, but it wasn't enough to to accommodate all the patients, and so we thought it wise to come up with an alternative where, one, it would lessen the pressure on Mulago as a facility, but also quicken the turnaround time, because the numbers were starting to get overwhelming at Mulago. So that was really the purpose why the Rotary Cancer Run kicked off, to close a gap in terms of treatment for starters, but also awareness. I think you could bear me witness, over the years, the awareness about cancer, what causes cancer, the detection, the prevention, and all that has really improved. But back then, talking over 10 years, 13 years ago, the awareness was too low. So the other purpose for the run was really to raise the awareness. There was a bit of a knowledge gap in the population about the types of cancer, about the need to detect the cancer early, which also gives better chances for survival. So those are the two key goals or objectives why the Rotary Cancer Run was started back then.
Thank you so much, Michael. We just want to understand why exactly Centenary Bank is very interested in this run. Why is it participating?
Yeah, we are a people's bank, and anything that touches people really touches our hearts. But I just like to mention that the organizers of the run, who we've partnered with over the years, the Uganda Cancer Run, Rotary Cancer Programme, we shared a vision, because they were looking at reducing the prevalence of cancer in the population, and for us, health is important, is a big pillar when it comes to our corporate social responsibility. So that you can't bank people who are not healthy. You need a healthy population for you to bank them. So because we shared a vision, we thought that this was a very good fit for us to then partner and support all the efforts channeled towards one, reducing the prevalence, but also raising that awareness that we're talking about. And I want to say this on record, that we are the first corporate institution, to come on board when we were approached, because we saw synergies in what the Uganda Rotary Cancer Programme was doing. So, and for us, like I mentioned earlier, anything that touches the welfare of the people in the communities where we operate is really paramount. So causes like this one, the Rotary Cancer Run, it becomes a no-brainer, for us to contribute in whichever way we can contribute. Maybe just to let our viewers know that such an initiative falls under our bigger corporate social responsibility, agenda, where every year we put aside about 2% of the previous year's earnings. This year, that makes it about 6 billion shillings, and those funds are channeled towards causes like the Rotary Cancer Run. But the idea is that we have to give back to the communities where we're operating. We have to take care of them. It's one thing to provide appropriate financial, services, but it's another to ensure that the welfare of people in these communities is good in terms of their health. So this particular cause falls under our flagship health CSR initiative called Bridging the Cancer Gap, and we've invested quite heavily in as far as efforts towards this the initiatives to raise awareness about cancer, to reduce the prevalence is concerned. I think to date you're looking at upwards of about 3 billion shillings that, and we're still investing. Yeah. So briefly, that is why we came on board when opportunity arose for us to support the initiative of the cancer run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just how much is Centenary Bank putting in this very year?
So this very year we were putting in about 1 billion shillings, but 500 million was towards the cancer run. The other 500 is really to support other initiatives for Rotary. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a budget that keeps growing because we realized the need also, the ambition keeps growing.
Right.
You know, we started small with the Uganda Rotary Cancer Run cancer program, but then as you move, obviously you have to adjust, and the need only becomes bigger, and we are committed to investing much more because the benefits and the outcomes of the partnerships, the tangible benefits are there for everyone to see. Right. And to be proud of.
Yes. There for everyone to see, really. Before we get into the tangible benefits, you were talking about how, from humble beginnings into now a very huge, impactful run there that is not just local in Uganda, but also globally, really, in different cities that you highlighted, like Moscow and all these other places. I just want to understand, what are some of the challenges that you have faced in the beginnings, especially, and how did you overcome some of these challenges?
Yeah, so thank you. The most obvious one was initially people are skeptical of anything new, and especially things around noble causes. And I think it's probably from past experience where some people may not be as honest. But initially, that the desire, the interest in the run itself was low, and it takes a lot to build that trust, for people to now know that this is an authentic cause, and if we're to contribute our small monies, then those funds will go to executing what they say they're going to execute, and that we've built over time. That's why you see that the number of participants has increased to now averaging about 60,000 per run every year, and that has been built over time because of the consistency, but also the honesty. Because if we said we're raising funds for building something, that building was put up and it's visible, everyone can see. And normally we also give accountability. We tell the public what was raised and how exactly it's going to be used. So initially that was also a challenge, but also that we were the first corporate institution to come on board. It also takes time to convince other institutions to buy into the noble cause. One, sometimes institutions might struggle to link it, to align it to their overall objective, But also too, it goes back to what I was talking about, the whole feeling of, can we trust the organizers? What have they done? And what's the bigger picture, what's the vision. But as time has gone on, we've had a couple of corporate institutions that have become, permanent partners, if I'm to use that phrase, and more are still coming on board. Each year we have new ones that are joining the cause. So I think off of the top of my mind, those are some of the challenges that I can point out. Obviously there are some that are in the back end, like organizational challenges in terms of, but for any initiative, any event of this magnitude, you expect that you'll always have some of those challenges, but they're not as significant to prevent us to have a successful run.
Right, they're not as significant really to prevent you from reaching your goal. And talking about reaching goals, it's like pursuit, like continuous pursuit, because you feel like it has not really stopped. There's still more that you need to get. I just need to understand, or someone needs to understand there, that despite having these years consistently, the runs consistently over the years, someone will actually wonder what has been achieved by the run so far.
Quite a lot, and you know, my heart warms, and I think a lot of other colleagues, not only at Centenary Bank, but in the Rotary family, because today, if anyone walked to Zambia Hospital, you will be able to see a cancer treatment center that is named Centenary Rotary Cancer Treatment Center. That is just but one of the achievements that we have. It has, I believe, 36 beds. And it has helped ease the pressure that I referred to in the beginning of having one treatment center in Lugogo. So there's lots of testimonies there. Some of them we've actually featured them on our YouTube channels as a bank, for survivors, for people who are able to learn a little bit more about cancer. So the cancer treatment center was built as a result of the run. The first runs were, towards building that center, which is there and very operational. Then the other is we were also able to put up a blood bank at Mengo Hospital. It's also very operational. You realize how important blood is in treatment, not only of cancer, but other ailments. It's also something that we're proud of. Equally important is we've managed to raise the much needed awareness about cancer, what cancer is for starters, the types of cancer, but also the message that we keep sharing out there is the one of prevention. How do you detect cancer early, and then to improve your chances of survival? And this we've been able to do through the various cancer parades, again partnering with Rotary. So these are some of the other I say components around our Bridging the Cancer Gap initiative. But the Rotary Cancer Run is the flagship, is the big event. It's that event that everyone talks about. Otherwise, like I've mentioned, we've achieved quite a lot in as far as the tangible benefits are concerned.
Right.
We still have money, by the way, on our accounts, and that money, I think, as we move on, we'll be talking to the viewers and informing them what it will be doing, because we're doing another project that I probably talk about when we're talking about why we're running for this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why don't we just dig into why we're running for this year, really, so that we can hear a lot about that.
Yeah.
You have said some of the achievements of the Cancer Run, really, which is really very heartwarming when you think about it.
Absolutely.
Everything that is being done in the medical sector, in Zambia Hospital, having this cancer building, the building alone, that has costed lots and lots of money, and you stop to look at it in a money sense, and you look at it in a more humanitarian sense. Absolutely. And how this is actually helping people get well. Why are we running this year?
Yeah, so this year, just like last year, we have a project that maybe just to take you a bit back, just to give some context.
Right.
We initially, some of the runs that we've had after building the cancer center were to raise funds to procure cancer treatment machines. Now, they're called linear accelerator machines. They help to treat cancer. For those who have a bit of time, maybe you can Google and read more about those. Those are quite affordable, and they are based on the insights that were shared. They are more safe. They're not the safest, but they are more safe in terms of treating cancer. So and those were pretty much secured. However, because of the radiation that is given off as the machines are operating, you then need to put them in a safe location, in a safe environment that doesn't that prevents the radiations from affecting the people in the surrounding. So just like last year, we started that project. We are building now that safe environment. They're referred to as bunkers. The two linear accelerators, the cancer treatment machines, need 2 rooms for each. So we've started that project. That project started. I think for the past few years we've been constructing those 2 bunkers to house the machines. The estimate is about 13 billion shillings, over 13 billion shillings, Uganda shillings. And so we need to construct it and ensure that it meets certain standards. Actually, before it's commissioned and opened officially, the experts from the International Atomic Energy, I think, Center, that then come in and review and assess it and then pass it, whether it's safe to become fully operational or not. So the funds that we're going to raise this year are also going to be added to the funds that we already have to ensure that the construction of those 2 bunkers to house the cancer treatment machines is boosted. It's 13 billion is quite a lot, if you ask me, but it's nothing that is not achievable. We've achieved our goals before, and it's only a matter of time. And I must thank the participants, people who register to get the kits, but also there are people who just simply donate. I'll be reading an account here for those who say, no, I cannot run, maybe because of one condition or the other, but I can then donate. And those are the funds that we're using, obviously supplemented by institutions like Centenary Bank, and other partners that have become permanent to this cause. Yeah, so this year that's what we're running for.
Very noble cause indeed.
Yes.
I just want you to highlight a bit about the response of the community in regards to some of, the services that have been placed forward in your interaction or with the community or with the beneficiaries of some of the services that have come out of the Cancer Run. What is the response?
It's really positive. And normally, just to give you an example, if we have like the cancer parades, over the last 14 years we've been having those, we really have some good turnouts. So what happens, these parades in partnership with Rotary are staged in areas, rural areas where people can't really afford much. People can't afford that transport to come to Nsambia or to come to Mulago, let alone money to to buy a decent meal. So those are the people we're targeting. I mean, because that is what our bank looks at. We're serving the people at the bottom of the pyramid, and the turnout is always good. Like I said, there are testimonies of people saying because of the parades they were able to detect certain cancers. They had the breast cancers early because there are demonstrations on how to to check oneself and know, but also the literature, the information, just to know how do I prevent, what are some of the things I need to do to avoid becoming a victim of cancer. And also things like, if I have a cancer patient, how do I then care for them? You know, what do I do? So the response has really been positive, and such initiatives are only going to become bigger, such that we cover much wider spaces. Yes.
Yes, we look forward to much wider spaces really about the Rotary Cancer Run. And in case you're just joining us, we are talking about the Rotary Cancer Run that has Centenary Bank really in it as one of the biggest stakeholders in there. And we thank you so much for watching UCTV. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, we shall still continue with the Rotary Cancer Run. Thank you so much for tuning in.
With Center Mobile app, move with your bank and pay water bills, school fees, pay light, withdraw or deposit money, pay for DSTV or GoTV, pay for Star Times, open app accounts, get loans, and so much more. Download the Center Mobile app on Google Play Store or App Store now. For more information, call our toll-free line or chat with us on WhatsApp. Centenary Bank. Centenary Bank is a member of the Center Group regulated by Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits of up to 10 million shillings are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda.
Don't miss this ordination season as UCTV brings you closer to the heart of faith. Witness the spiritual journey of candidates from across the archdioceses and dioceses across Uganda. From heartfelt ceremonies to joyful celebrations, be part of this sacred tradition from the comfort of your home. We'll bring to you live broadcasts of the ordination ceremonies, exclusive interviews with church leaders and newly ordained clergy, special features on the significance of the ordination. Stay tuned to UCTV, good news for all.
Support the Uganda Catholic Television with MTN Momo. Step 1. Dial star 165 star 3 hash. Step 2. Enter merchant code 180572. Step 3. Enter any amount from 500 Uganda shillings. Step 4. Pay using MTN mobile money. Step 5. Enter PIN code and send. Step 6. You will receive a confirmation text for supporting the Uganda Catholic Television.
Welcome back from UCTV. My name is Nora Sende. We are on the Center Show and we are discussing a very noble cause that has actually changed millions and millions of lives, not just in Uganda, but world over. We're talking about the Rotary Cancer Run. From its very humble beginnings in 2012 to now, it is actually one of the biggest fundraising movements in Uganda and also in some parts of the world. We are yet to connect to different parts of the world. Well, this has been really put in or been helped so much by Centenary Bank that has contributed a lot towards the Rotary Cancer Run, and we can't thank Centenary Bank enough. Speaking about Centenary Bank, we actually have Michael, who is still in studio and just telling us the nitty-gritties about this cancer run. Michael, glad you're still here to discuss this.
Thank you for having me.
We have talked about the achievements that were very heartwarming, and the goal of running this year, basically in line of getting these bankers down there to make sure that actually the machine that is already procured is safe. We just want to understand, when it comes to running and fundraising and putting funds together, accountability is really very important. And for some reason, I feel like the reason as to why people have so much faith in the Rotary Cancer Run is because they're not only just seeing the benefits and the services that have come out of it, but also I feel like there's a mechanism in which people actually see how their money is going and where. Just brief us a little bit about that.
Absolutely, and that I want to agree with you 100%. It's accountability is very key, because accountability then builds trust. It strengthens partnerships and whatnot. We specifically for the cancer run, the Rotary Cancer Run, there are reports that are compiled after the run to point out, to show how much has been raised, and obviously the utilization, we already know how it's going to be utilized, but it's now how much has been raised and where it is. I must say that like Rotarians and Rotaractors have certain codes of conduct, ethics that govern them. So for starters, they're supposed to behave in a certain way, and that should help the public know and have confidence in them to be able to deliver what they say they're going to deliver. But also for an institution like ourselves, Centenary Bank, to have been in this partnership for now 14 years and counting, it should send a clear signal and a strong message to the over 3 million customers that are banking with us, but also those that are yet to start banking with us. We can only commit to a relationship that is honest, that is accountable. And earlier I just mentioned some of the achievements that have been that have been realized out of a partnership. So for us, matters accountability, honesty are very key, and I want to assure the public that each and every penny that is contributed by either registering to get a kit to participate in the run, or donating, will really be put to the use that we say is going to be used for, and that is finishing the construction of the two bunkers at Nsambia.
Right.
Yes.
You just sound very confident that actually the run this year will actually help bridge that gap.
Yeah.
How confident are you?
No, it's, I think when you look at the trends,
yes,
the run has only been getting bigger. On a personal level, I was actually surprised that during that time, the COVID period, when we organized the run, that was the time we were a bit afraid of the numbers and the turnout. In as much as people did not come to the physical center, obviously because of reasons of social distancing and what have you, but the contributions, people who registered to get kits and those who donated, was actually commendable. And year on year, the collections have been growing, because we take out time, for example, as a bank and as a platinum partner sponsor, we take out time to even showcase on our social media pages some of these achievements, some of the numbers, how much was collected, the visuals, the treatment, the cancer treatment center in Zambia, the blood bank, even the parades, as they are ongoing, we ensure that we tell the public where they are ongoing. And maybe the aspect on the parades that I would like to tell people, because it takes resources to test, but now Centenary Bank comes in to subsidize that aspect of testing kits. You'll actually, a lady or a gentleman will walk there for screening, and you don't have to pay a penny. It has already been taken care of by your bank. So when I speak with confidence, there is a trend that we've been seeing, and I also want to note that lately that awareness level is starting to improve, so people can relate more to the cause. Which only means that the run can only get bigger. More centers will start participating. I think I look at a period, a run, where almost in every district in the country we have a running center there. That is only a matter of time, because each year those centers have been growing. So we're very confident.
I see where the confidence is coming from, Michael. Well, that gives you every reason why really to be confident, and for someone out there who is watching also to be very confident that actually this run is for a noble cause, and it's yielding results and touching different lives in the community. We just want to understand also, someone out there must be listening and wondering and asking themselves, how will people really participate this year in this run?
Yeah, so participation is in two ways. One, and the major way is to register to get a kit. And this kit goes for just 30,000 Uganda shillings. You can register from any Centenary Bank branch where these kits are available. So when you register, you actually leave with your kit after paying the 30,000. But also we have the Rotary Cancer Programme offices in Muyenga, for those who are in Kampala. Then the Rotary offices on Nick Building here in the city center, as well as all Capital Shoppers outlets, the supermarkets. So as you're doing your weekend shopping, or you're picking something for the little ones now that they're in holiday, you can also pick a kit for yourself and your spouse, and maybe the little ones as well who are in holiday, because why leave them behind? Let them come. We normally have some bit of family time after the run. There's also some branches for Swico, the insurance provider countrywide. Obviously, in this digital era, there are some who may not be able to go to these places that I've mentioned physically. Those, you can purchase your kit, you can register for your kit online. And we do have a URL, we do have a platform that I think, if you allow me, I'll read.
Sure.
It's register.rotaryugandacancer.org. You can maybe check out our social media pages, because we've shared this link on there for those who may not be able to physically go there. You can register, and then you will choose where you want to pick your kit from. Maybe one of those the nearest location to you. I mentioned earlier, Nora, that there are people who may want to just donate. So for you wish us well, but because maybe you have a cold, you have something, you're not a morning person, there are people telling them to wake up at 5:36 is unimaginable. But you want to be part. You can also just simply donate, And if you want to send your donation, there is an account that our partners Rotary have with our bank, which is in the names of Rotary Cancer Run, and that account is 31 000 23 145 31 000 23,145, and you'll be able to leave a token. It may not be the 30,000, but whatever you can afford. Someone, interestingly, as we were engaging, there's a time I was in the eastern region of the country. They're saying, but for us, we have little money. We don't have 30,000. What do we do? Do we... no. That account is there. You can just donate that little money. That little money that you're donating, the 5,000, the 10,000, can impact a life.
Indeed.
Yes.
It can. It can really impact a life. I just want to go back to you in regards to the contribution and the buying of the vests. And probably someone out there may think that, well, my little contribution or buying this material may not exactly make a difference. Give a message to that person out there who may think that way.
Yeah. I really want to speak to their hearts, because a few years back, we used to think cancer was a thing for the developed countries, in quotes. You know, the Bazungu countries and all that. But cancer is in our backyard. I believe today, if you talked to 10 Ugandans, 3 of them, or probably even more, have in one or the other had an experience with cancer. Either a friend, either a relative, a workmate, a neighbor, you know, someone they know somewhere in those circles has been impacted by cancer. So, and as the saying goes, today it might be someone else, but tomorrow you never know what life can throw at you. So if you're out there and you're hesitant, you know, about contributing to this noble cause, maybe because you feel the contribution is small, but also maybe you're looking for an actual reason, I think let that be the reason. That for me, I always believe when you contribute, even if the world doesn't know, even if, you know, your friends do not know, God will always remember, will always look back and know that Nora contributed. So, and mercy. Well, I know it's some bit of faith involved, but if that's me talking to someone, please let that be the reason why you contribute to this cause, because together cancer can become a thing of yesterday. Yes.
So we have run, we have put in, we have invested, and we have run for a good cause. A target is met. What happens if the target is met?
Yeah, good question. You know, like I said, our ambition is only getting bigger. The need becomes bigger. This is like, I would relate it to probably an onion, that each time you peel off a layer, there's another layer. You know, there's another layer, there's another layer, there's another layer. So the need just keeps growing. And our next ambitious goal will be to try and construct similar centers, cancer treatment centers, like the one in Zambia, across the country, but region-based, focusing on regions, you know. Because we know there's someone out there in the western who is constrained with transport, someone in the north who can't even, there are people out there who have never come even close to Kampala. So the dream and the ambition is that in the long run, we should look back and know that we have maybe 4 or 5 cancer treatment centers countrywide, you know, that have been built by the Ugandans themselves, but with the leadership of, you know, the Rotary Cancer Programme, as well as institutions like Centenary Bank. And yes, we want to have those testimonies where someone says, I walked into a treatment center in Gulu, for example, and I was treated for free. And that is courtesy of such efforts. So our next big objective and ambitious objective is to really have those regional treatment centers. So please don't tire. We shall still come back to you because this is our cause. This is our cause. Like I mentioned earlier, cancer has pretty much affected everyone.
Right.
If you sit keenly and look keenly, in one or the other you've been impacted. So if you can't do something, this Rotary Cancer Run is the time. If you want to stand up and be counted, this is the time.
This is the time indeed. Yes, time. Michael. Yes. I would just like to see your vision and give us a clear vision of how you think the Rotary Cancer Run would look like in the next 10 years, really. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, for us, this run is about impact. And impact can only sometimes be expressed in numbers. But to start with, in the next couple of years, the target is to have 100,000 people or more participating. And we're building on to that number. And in order to achieve that, obviously Kololo alone and those other 50 centers that are participating in the run are not enough. So those centers are going to increase. We want to see more people participating in the cause. We want to journey with people, to engage with people, and probably even agree which region should we start with after we finish the bunkers. You know, where should we focus initially to start with those regional constructions. So in terms of the future, more participants, but also the impact in terms of awareness, prevention. Want to reach more people, and through our online channels, through the radios, just spreading that message of early detection saves a life. So pretty much, and much more, really. Like I said, this is an onion. We peel and we see that next layer, and then we plan according to that. But we move, and that is mainly because of the support that we're receiving from the participants and other institutions that are, I talked of corporate institutions that have bought into the cause and are journeying with us. Right.
Yeah. So the future is really, for lack of a better way to put it, there's a lot of hope in the future, especially for the cancer patients, and they're also just advocates, people who feel that more should be done in the space of reducing the prevalence of cancer.
So many layers to it. One thing for sure is that, like you mentioned, there is hope. Hope is what we really need. Very, very important there. We just need more contact information that you could relate to someone out there who needs more contact information in regards to how to get in touch. Absolutely. So if you're out there and you want to get more information about the Rotary Cancer Run, you can call our toll-free lines, all our agents. We are a bank that gives more than financial services, so all our agents know that the bank is big on this cause of cancer, not only the cancer run, so they will have that information. You can call us on toll-free 0800 200 555. That's for those who are using MTN, and then 0800 33 5344 for those who are using Airtel. Or if you want to get to the people organizing, our partners organizing the run, led by Chair Rita Balaka, you can call her directly, but please let this be only regarding to the run and probably during the daytime. You can reach her directly on 0776 644 570, 0776 644 570, and our email is rita.balaka@googlemail.com. And pretty much. But also feel free to, like I said, we're distributing these kits across our network. You can walk into any branch and any of our branches and inquire. Talk to a manager, talk to a customer service representative about the cause.
they will be able to guide you because they are fully aware of, this noble cause and the bank's participation. Yes.
Thank you so much, Michael. Just give us your final remarks and further information and a word of encouragement prior to someone out there who's just hearing this for the first time and is moved and really wants to get involved.
Yeah. So for me, it's I think that my parting shot is do something. Doing nothing is not an option. Do something about the fight to reduce the prevalence of cancer in this country. The immediate opportunity that we are offering as people who care about the welfare of the community as a bank and the Rotary Cancer Programme is the Cancer Run for people to participate. But there's also other things that, you can do. So if you have anything small that you want to contribute towards the cause, and the 30,000 maybe is a little bit out of your limit, you can still donate some money to the account that I read, such that it will sit down well with you, knowing that those bankers, if you ever visited Zambia, some of your money is part of those walls that are being erected. So really my parting shot is that whoever can should join us at Kololo on Sunday 31st. There are so many other centers countrywide, Jinja, Mbarara, Gulu, name it, about 50 and more that are participating. So if you can't come to Kampala here, you can actually just inquire from your town, your location, and find out if there's a running center. It may not be in your actual town, but maybe the next town, for you to participate. Our, customers and the public out there, the Ugandans in the diaspora, those in Moscow, those in Berlin, Kigali, here in Nairobi, you also have an opportunity to participate from there on Sunday. And we'll be picking some footage from those centers and sharing across our pages on the day as we run. So thank you so much for hosting me, and I just look forward to running on Sunday next week.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. And we look forward to running too on Sunday, really. Yeah. It is a noble cause. And like you said, looking at something and you were part of it, brings so much joy, really.
Absolutely.
Interesting. It has been nice having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And surely it is the center show. We have been discussing about the Rotary Cancer Run that is taking place this very month, at the end of the month, that is on the 31st of August this very year. It is a noble cause. It is something that you may not exactly benefit from directly, but who knows, maybe a generation, one of your children or grandkids will actually benefit from some of the establishments done through the Rotary Cancer Run of Uganda. We can't thank you enough, really, for being part of UCTV, and we can't thank you enough for being part of the Center Show. I'll see you at the run. My name is Nora Sende. Enjoy the rest of your day.